Hello everyone, Sunsun2, welcome to another fabric mod overview, this time on heads down display. A mod that simply allows for the hotbar to pretty much duck, or be sort of more off screen, or even disappearing technically, when not in use. So for example, if I just go in game, and I just switch to something that's already in my hand, it'll pretty much display things. So if I go to something where it's not in my hand, okay, it still works either way, it's just that for the most part you're obviously not seeing anything there. So it doesn't even show my hand technically, either in first person. That's interesting. So it'll show the block and the sword still, but it won't show my hand. Interesting. But yeah, it won't pretty much have the hotbar appear unless you actually switch between what's in your inventory, your hotbar. So it'll pretty much duck off screen and then go back up once you changed your mind on what you're using, or needing to switch to. Otherwise, there is obviously a bunch of configs that we'll get into that pretty much allows you to tweak certain aspects. So you can have it fade, for example. I think that's that. We'll go back and save, and go out. Yeah, so there's just the ducking in and out as well as obviously the fading. There, we've got lower, which is obviously doing that. Oh, okay, so there's that, and then it's just not going to do anything, is it? Yeah, so we're just going to sit there. Okay, good to know. So it'll just sit there accordingly instead of anything else. So it's not going to like disappear and then do it. We've got reveal automatically and hide automatically. So we do that. That's just still part of the lower though, isn't it? No, okay, so reveal it'll do it, but it'll still not hide it because we haven't got the other set up. That's why. Okay, so we do this. Okay, so it's not now going to reveal anything, it's just going to display the text of what is in our hand, but it's not going to actually display the hotbar at all. So that's not bad of an option. Otherwise, we've got high level, so you've got hotbar, you've got experience, you've got custom, and all. So if we go experience, we'll see what that does. Which I do need my actual experience bar visible. So I'm assuming it'll only display it up to that far. We'll actually try this with custom. Don't know what really that means yet. Okay. So let's see, so it presents that. Okay. So maybe it's supposed to present the hunger and everything. That's going to present all of it, so the entire bar. Alright, so we'll go back to the regular, which is hotbar. And I'll do that. Okay, so it'll pop up when it needs to, but otherwise, much else. We've got the maximum Y offset. So, okay, so this is what custom is for. Okay, so it's how far it'll put it up. So we'll go, let's see, 100,000, can we do much else? We'll go 100, so we're going to. Don't want it too high up screen, no? Or not? I'm not sure then. Maximum offset when the hide level is set. Okay, if we go 0, what happens there compared to 23? And we need custom, of course, that's why I messed that up. So we do this. So this is just as it is, the 0, so that makes sense. That's not going to change much. So if we go to 100. And it is Y level, not X or Z, so whether the Z or Z to be plain, but either way, interesting. But I guess technically the other position, the other corners. Maybe. Yeah, so we'll go 1,000. We'll see what happens, unless that actually doesn't change anything. Yeah. Other than like the speed, maybe? Which I think is maybe quicker, that's about it. It's not actually changing what I would have expected with the offset there, so I don't really know. Yeah. That or it's just a lot more is pushed off screen, of course, which would make, I guess, a lot more sense, thinking about it now. So go 100. Yeah, so it's pushing that off more. If we go to negative, can we do that? Oop, okay, it clearly does not do that correctly, so it doesn't really present it correctly when doing that. You can have it appear that way, but it's not really going to show it. And that'll try and put it up there. So yeah, that's not a good idea. So with the test, we've got the lower delay, which is the time after it starts lowering. So I'll just go, let's see, go, oh no, that's in ticks though, so it was what, 30? We'll go, I don't know, 50, let's see how much longer it is. We'll try a bit longer. At 100. So we get a good look of the name without it being pushed too far down and what we're actually selecting. We get thunder in the background, it's always nice. So it's much longer if you want it to be. I don't know the actual maximum, but we'll try that. It actually set 10,000. Apparently it accepts 10,000 ticks. That is good, I guess, if you really need it to be that long. But anyways, we'll change accordingly, of course, because we don't need it that long. And you've got it when it starts fading. So let's see, we'll go with 100, which technically we need that to also be 100 somewhat, like 120, 105 maybe? Just go with something like that. Just because obviously when transitioning, of course, we'll want the fade, I guess, maybe before it's completely gone, so we can see it. Maybe not. Unless I need it in fade mode? Yeah, that's why. That would make a lot more sense. And there we go. So we get to see it there accordingly. Next, we have fade duration compared to the delay between each. So I'll just go, I don't know, 90. Or, well, not technically correct, I guess. We'll go with it anyways. Just to see what happens. Yeah. Because 90 would mean that it goes before it. No? So we're not seeing anything there. Alright. It clearly does work, even though we do have fade enabled, but yeah, I just have probably said it wrong in the amount of ticks. We've got the speed at which the hotbar lowers. So we want this to be a lot quicker, possibly. I think that's what it is. Or a lot slower, I think that would be. No? Okay, it is quite quick. It's just the delay, of course, is the go off there, so that's why. Go 100. Yeah, so immediately quick. And then we have the acceleration at which it lowers. So it's the speed. So there is that, I guess. And just because I'm not sure on time, we've got the main arm hiding condition, which is the condition that determines when main arm or item should be hidden. We've got always, never, and rest, or swing. We've got whether the main arm item or both should be hidden in the following settings, and we've got the condition that determines the secondary arm or item should be hidden. So we'll go never, which will be that our hand still appears, which obviously was not being visible before. Rest. I'm assuming that's like when you're, or when you're sleeping, maybe? I don't know. Or in certain rest intervals, I'm not sure. Swing. So maybe still have the swing animation for it, I guess. And that's probably it. And the others obviously for offhand. Or your secondary hand, maybe? Yeah, your offhand, obviously. So if we had blocks there. Or it's if maybe you're using the offhand as the main hand, compared to, say you're using the left hand as your main hand and your right as your off, maybe. I think that's maybe more suitable for, I think. And then, yeah, there's a thing for an item or not. Otherwise though, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.